all Kenyans, please, to forgive him because it is an oversight. So, Terence, do not take these tribal jokes too far, man. Then Diamond Platnumz deletes all pro-Samia Suluhu CCM posts as claims emerge that he is in Kenya, and there are a couple of Tanzanian musicians have crossed the border to chill in Nairobi until things cool down in Tanzania. So the people who you've been singing for CCM, wearing the green and black, have ran away, Daniel. That is the problem, and we pick the conversation from there.
Yes.
The problem of musicians and social media content creators who do not read the signs of time. So now they've not read the signs of time. They have found themselves in a very tight situation. Now they're running away.
Yeah, and it's very sad.
Yeah,
it's very sad. This is the problem, especially of how Suluhu has
move closer to Mike.
Suluhu has conducted her campaigns.
Yeah,
you know, thinking that when you get these social celebrities, all those guys are bought. They're basically paid to appear,
to perform.
Yeah. And so I think CCM thought that by getting all those people on their side, then they have the people. But you have to know that the people, some of the people, the voters, the wananchi, wale ambaye, the ones who are suffering, the ones who are feeling the pinch of the economy in Tanzania, sometimes do not even have the luxury of listening to these musicians. You know, they don't even they can't even afford to attend a concert by Platinum, for example. You understand?
Because it's too expensive.
These things are too expensive.
Yeah.
So these things are basically can only be afforded by the elite in Tanzania, and so it is very, very sad that musicians choose to pick sides. I think moving forward, musicians should know that music, their music is being listened to, by people from whichever party.
Yes.
So during elections, the musicians should try to remain neutral as much as possible. You understand? Because ile muziki ambayo unacheza kila mtu anaisikia, kuna fan kutoka government and from opposition. So the moment you stick, you are seen to be now campaigning for one side. What if the other side loses? What happens to you?
Yeah.
It means you lose your currency with the people. So and that has not been not about Tanzania. We also saw it in elections, even in the US. We saw the Democratic Party, she had so many celebrities, and then, of course, endorsing her. Of course, even Trump had, a lot of celebrities.
Kanye West.
Kanye West, and also the wrestlers.
Yeah.
You get a point?
Yeah.
But then
Trump is
yes. So at the end of the day, even of course, even the musicians, they also have their freedom of choice, their freedom to support a political party of their choice.
Yes.
But when you know that your fans, your fans are from both sides. Your fans are not just from the government ruling party. They are also from the opposition. They enjoy your song. So when you are openly campaigning for one side, it means you are alienating the other side. So we need to try and be sensitive. Now, most importantly, Charles, watu waambiani ukweli.
Yes.
Ukisema ukweli, when you speak the truth, it doesn't matter whether it is the opposition listening to you or from government. Yeah. When something is true, it's true. For example, it is true, that that Tanzania deserves free and fair elections. So these musicians should have been coming out to encourage the IEBC at Tanzania to manage free and fair elections.
Yeah.
Because the moment they speak, then wanaonyesha kwamba they are not just supporting one side. They stand for the truth. And when they call for free, transparent and verifiable elections, they will get support from government and also from the opposition. But the moment you take sides, alafu sasa, when you see government jailing opposition leaders, and you are keeping quiet,
which is very nonsensical,
and you are keeping quiet, when you keep quiet, it means that wewe mwenyewe, you are choosing which truth, which truth is good, and not. You're being politically correct. So I always say, people, religious leaders, civil servants, of course, artists, they need to be neutral. They need to know that they are serving the people. Sasa wale ambao wanafanya kazi kwenye IBC, the electoral managers, they need to demonstrate to the Tanzanian people, that they are they are fair arbiter, they are fair referee, kwamba hawamegei upande wowote. You get my point? That way they give the people, the Tanzanians, confidence that these elections at least will be free and fair. And when you do that, it means Mama Suluhu akishinda, watu watakubali. Watasema mama ameshinda, wacha tusalimu amri. But if if the opposition wins, pia the same. But the moment you don't demonstrate transparency, you don't demonstrate that you are an arbiter. You don't if you don't demonstrate that, then that results will not be accepted by the people.
It will never be.
Because it does not represent the will of the people. Like I said earlier on, elections are a representation of the will of the people.
Now, what I'm seeing, the images, is that the Tanzanian leaders are saying that even Kenyan Gen Zs didn't ban things the way these Tanzanian Gen Zs are banning everything. They are visiting politicians' homes, politicians' businesses, and they are actually burning down places, CCM offices, because they think that CCM is what is causing them a lot of trouble. And I find this as a generational shift, because remember that the young people, you cannot feed them on hope. You have to feed them on substance.
Yes.
And substance must be jobs, must be proper schooling, must be things, tangible results. And for a long time, remember that Ujamaa has always been a country where people do not talk much. They are quiet individuals. But now, this has really changed the game. What next for Samia Suluhu and Tanzania? What next for this country?
Yeah, Samia needs, what she needs to do, popote alipo, ajitokeze. She needs to come out. She needs to come out and call for calm. She is still the president of Tanzania, until, of course, even if she wins, but she's still in charge. There is no vacuum. She needs to come out and call for calm in that nation. You get my point? Yesterday, I saw only the leader of the army general, Nkunda, talking. But, when he was talking, he was warning people. You get my point? Lakini, asiwachie, army to be the one to deal with it. We need to see Samia Suluhu, even if she's in Kenya. She needs to come out.
What are you saying? Even if she's in Kenya?
No, I'm saying even if she's here, even wherever she is, she needs to come out and call for calm. She should not keep quiet, especially at this juncture. I talk, ni mama wa Tanzania, aongee na watoto wake. She needs to call for calm. She needs to ask every Tanzanian, those who are supporting her and even those who are supporting her, she needs to let them know that she is the leader of everyone. Yeye ni mama wa taifa wa kila mtu. Asiegemee upande wote. Asione kwamba yeye ni mama tu wa CCM. Hapana. As president, she is the president of everyone. Yeye ni president pia wa Tundu Lissu. If Tundu Lissu wants justice, she should be able to facilitate that justice. That is why she is the president. You understand?
Yes.
So when you are a leader and you do not exude fairness, you do not demonstrate fairness, then it is very, very sad. You are demonstrating that you are actually not, you don't fit the bill. So wherever she is, what next for her, let her release all the political party prisoners, those who have been jailed unfairly. Watoke Jelani, And I don't know how far the election, because I'm not following the news. I don't know if the counting has been well done. But for me, if the people are complaining about the free and fairness of the election, is let them call for free, a repeat of elections, Or if they don't want to go through that a repeat of the elections, Samia Suluhu needs to release Tundu Lissu, watoke pamoja, they form a coalition government.
Yeah.
We saw it, Charles, in Zanzibar. In Zanzibar, there was also a problem in Zanzibar. And during that time, what they did, they came up with the grand coalition government, where we said, in Zanzibar, they said that the president is the one who wins, and the one who becomes second becomes the vice president. And it served them for some time, until I think around 5 or 10 years ago. You get my point? So Suluhu should also do that. Let her, embrace the opposition. Aseme yeye ni mama yao. Let her call for peace. And let her, if the elections have not been well conducted, she can direct the election commission to redo another election, or we have a period, a period where...
A window period.
A window period. Hata kama ni 1 year, where they can have a transitional government. Because as it is now, the term, Suluhu's term, has ended with this election. So until she's given a new mandate by the people, then she can claim power. But if she sticks to power without a mandate that is seen as transparent, you get my point. Then she will not have credibility on the eyes of the people. Yeah.
But you see, what I think is that also Suluhu might be the problem, but the other problem might be is the way after John Pombe Magufuli, the president, died, which we call the Rais wa Awamu ya Tano, the fifth president. Traditionally Tanzania is a union of Zanzibar and Tanganyika. And the vice president traditionally comes from Zanzibar. And there are always two vice presidents. Then there is a question of Jakaya Mrisho Kikwete,
yes,
who pushed for Samia Suluhu from Zanzibar to ascend to presidency,
yes,
at the expense of the vice president who comes from the mainland. So now this Zanzibari leadership has never been there in a very long time. What they always say is that they allow the vice president of the union to come from Zanzibar, because Zanzibar has a president still. Now it seems that now this election has put Tanzania in a very bad space, because the president of the union will come from Zanzibar.
Yes.
And the president of Zanzibar, who is the vice president,
yes,
will come from Zanzibar.
Yes.
Now the only leader who will come from mainland is the second vice president,
yes,
which is a problem, and the prime minister.
Yes.
Now, if you look at the union, there's a problem there. And Jakaya Mrisho Kikwete has been seen as the biggest problem in this CCM party for a very long time. And that brings me to Julius Kambarage Nyerere, who developed a very good system of leadership and talk to people. There's a song by some two friends of mine. They're called Rostam. There's a song they call Parapanda, and they pretend that they've gone to heaven.
Yes.
And Julius Nyerere asks them,
yes,
what is happening in the country? Raisi ni nani?
Yes.
Then that time John Magufuli.
Yes.
And then the one singer says, ni John Marijera? And no, Magufuli.
Yes.
Ule alikuwa mbunge wa Chato.
Yes.
So na magonjwa hapo jinga na nini imekwisha. Then the guy says, no, bado yapo. So if you have time, you listen to Parapanda by Rostam.
Okay.
Roma and Stamina, fantastic song there. It's a hip hop song.
Yes. Yes.
And Roma has been jailed several times for trying to fight for the freedom of many Tanzanians.
Yes.
So what do you say?
Yeah, so for me, I think I agree that there is that problem is there, because then that arrangement that, of course, Mrisho Kikwete came up with, if she pushed for it, that means, of course, it is true that mainland wamebaki tu second vice president.
Yeah.
And so now that we have the president coming from Zanzibar and the vice president coming from Zanzibar, there is that imbalance. So I think it is time. One of the things also that I would advise the Tanzanian people is to craft a new constitution.
Yeah.
I think the independence constitution that they have is too old.
It's too old. First of all, in fact, how do you have in a constitution that any election, once pronounced, you cannot challenge in a court of law?
That is nonsense. That is nonsense. So that needs to change.
And number two,
that is analog.
Yeah. And secondly, how do you have that any person who contests can be banned by the Electoral Commission and there's no recourse?
There has to be recourse. There has to be recourse. That, there's some things that do not make sense. You see, Charles, there are some countries like Britain. Britain, they don't have a written constitution. You know?
Yeah, they don't.
They don't have a written constitution.
They don't have
There's
a
some
constitution.
common sense thing that you just say that this is unfair, this is not fair.
Yeah.
Because you cannot have a situation whereby there is no recourse. There has to be recourse. Government in itself is kind of a chamber. They always say in political science that something called a political equilibrium. That people, the framers of constitution knew that government there'll always be problems in running states. You get my point?
Yeah.
There will always be problems, and so the reason why we have government is that whenever there's a problem, inawekwa kwa hiyo chamber, and then that problem is sorted out and the solution is found. So that is when we have political equilibrium. Hawezi sema kwa nchi yote, hawezi kuwa na nchi ambayo haina shida. You will always have problems, and that's why we have the judiciary. The judiciary is there to solve problems that come from the implementation from the legislature or from the executive. So sometimes there'll be excesses from the executive, sometimes there'll be unfair legislation, and so they have to be taken to the judiciary to sort out. So you cannot say that you have a situation in this civilization where people cannot have a recourse. No, people must have a recourse. And that's one of the reasons why I'm calling upon Tanzania to start the process of a new constitution. It's not too late to be able to do that. Let them. I understand this election has been chaotic. If this election is not well concluded, then one of the things that President Suluhu can offer to the people of Tanzania, aseme kumekuwa na shida Tanzania, na nimeelewa kumekuwa na hii, na on her, one of the things that she can say moving forward is we need to have a new constitution, na tuwe na mchakato wa kutengeneza a new constitution in Tanzania. And so they can give themselves 1 year and then they start that process. If they want, we can help them. We can send to them experts to help them work on history. But they don't like Kenyans these days.
No, they
wanasemanga ni Wakenya ndio wameleta, wanasemanga Wakenya ni viumbe.
They call us viumbe. But you see what
right now wanadhani ni Wakenya ndio wameleta shida huko. No, it's not Kenyans who have brought the problems.
But Daniel, what I'm looking at is that this problem is not far from over. And I will tell you that, remember the Gen Z, which started in Kenya, was preliminary. Now, the Tanzanian one is a quarterfinals.
Yes.
Uganda might have a semifinals of this thing next year.
Absolutely.
And Kenya might have a final in 2027.
Absolutely. You never
so how
know.
do we deal with it? Because it's a ripple. It's a ripple effect and a snowball. It will snowball very badly from Uganda if we do not put properly our houses in order in East Africa.
Yes.
What happened in Kenya was just a way to showcase that the youth are dissatisfied.
Yes.
The youth are ready and they will not take any more nonsense of leadership, which is not representing them.
Yes.
Now, the Tanzanians have taken it a notch higher by banning anything and everything they perceive has been gotten from ill wealth and also people who have been stifling them. Now, Uganda is next year, the election. Whatever happens, we don't know. And Kenya 2027 is also a turning point.
Yes.
What do you think?
Yeah, so for that, one of the things that people have come to learn, and even the people in power have come to learn, is that these young people are restless. They have nothing much to lose, and you cannot kill them. And even if you kill them all, you can't kill them all. You understand? They saw in Nepal, for example, I think some young people in Nepal were killed, but they came out in large numbers.
Yes.
And when they came out, they overpowered the police, they overpowered the military, and so you have to give in to the masses. You get my point? So the thing is, so the governments already see, Tanzania can see, Kenya saw, that when they come out in large numbers, there's nothing you can do.
Yes.
The least you can do is to shoot a few and kill a few, but you will not kill everyone.
You cannot kill everybody. Yes.
And some of them are saying, I heard some of them saying that, look, if Raila Odinga has died,
yes,
they don't fear dying.
Of course.
They no longer fear dying because, when they die, they believe maybe wataenda Sayuni, wataenda, to a better place. So police shooting should not be the solution. So Tanzania, I call upon the government of Tanzania, the army there, that if there are shootings that are going on,
yes,
that needs to stop. I've always said that the security agencies need to know that they are there to serve the people. The security agency, Jeshi la Tanzania,
Jeshi la Usalama
or Tanzania,
yes,
kazi ya jeshi la Tanzania ni kulinda wananchi wa Tanzania. Kazi yao sio kulinda wale wako kwa serikali. So the security agents are there to protect the people.
Yeah.
We the people. It is the people who decide who is president and who are the leaders. You get my point? So the security, any wise security agency know when it is time to stand with the people. So when you stand with the people, then you can be able to control the situation. But if you don't stand with the people, then you can easily escalate the situation. So I want to call upon the security agencies in Tanzania. Let them talk to the young people. Let them be the disciplined forces. They're the disciplined forces here. Wawe na hiyo nidhamu. There's a reason why they're called the disciplined forces. It's because they have the discipline. Wasijichukue kwamba kwa sababu wakana bunduki, now they can shoot anyone. You can shoot, but you can't kill everyone. Right now, the world is watching. The International Criminal Court is there. They're watching. You cannot be in power for long. You'll be in power. The longest you can be is maybe 10 years, which is the life of a given government. Usually 5 and another 5.
5, yeah.
So what happens after the 10 years? The 12th year, you will be called to account for what you did when your regime was in power. You get my point? Yeah. So the security agency really need to really work hard and ensure that they defend the people, they protect the people. They need to have peaceful demonstration. I call upon peaceful protest. The Tanzanian people waache kuchoma manyumba
na vitu za watu,
waache kuchoma vitu za watu, waache kuchoma vitu za the musicians whom they think supported akina Diamond Platinum. Honestly, they should not ban diamonds and other musicians or whatever. Waache kufanya hivyo, so that this issue can be sorted out. But then and again, what they need to do is to articulate with clarity what they want. Do they want new elections? Do they want do they want a new constitution? What do they want at this? Do they want the political prisoners to be set free? So they need watu waandike sababu wasema hizi ndio vitu tunataka. Tunataka uchaguzi mpya, tunataka new constitution. We want to release the political prisoners and we want good governance. Once you communicate with clarity, then kazi kwake Suluhu.
I've seen he said something, uchaguzi umeisha,
yes.
Tundu Lissu atatoka jela,
yes.
Naomba utulivu sasa. I've seen someone saying that's what Suluhu has said.
Yes.
Tuendelee kujenga taifa letu kwa amani na waomba sana. Majirani wetu watatucheka. I don't know why she's always with this majirani thing.
Hawachani na majirani.
Tusiruhusu tofauti zetu zituharibie heshima kama taifa. Yes. Wacha historia itukumbuke kwamba tulichagua amani badala ya vurugu. I find Suluhu too much thinking of Kenyans.
Awachane na Wakenya.
Yeah, than dealing with the problem. Kenya is not part of her problem.
Kenya is actually the solution.
Yeah,
Kenya is actually supporting.
Yeah.
If she does the right thing, Kenya will stand with her.
Yeah.
But if Kenyans we don't sugarcoat. our Gen Zs don't sugarcoat. If you do the right thing, they will tell you. If you do the wrong thing, they will also tell you. You know, Shida Shulu's problem started when they mistreated the Kenyan activists who were there.
Boniface Mwangi,
That was unnecessary.
And you see, that's why we are saying that this unity of the presidency in East Africa, where they are abducting and torturing what we call wanaharakati, and they are saying, there's a day Suluhu said, wanaharakati wa hili kila mataifa wameingia nchini kutuharibia. You know, you cannot say about people who are fighting for the rights activists, and you know, they call them wanaharakati, that they are going to spoil for you. Just make sure that the constitution works.
Yeah, do the right thing. Hakuna kitu Kenya wanataka kuharibia. There's nothing we want in Tanzania.
Yeah.
What is there in Tanzania that we don't have there? What we are just, the Kenyan people are just sympathizing with because sisi ni watu wa jumuiya. Our taxes, we are paying a lot of our taxes towards this jumuiya, EAC. And so we want them to do the right thing. Why are we spending so much of our taxes towards EAC and they're not doing the right thing? And that is one of the reasons why we feel we need to have a say, because ni pesa zetu ushuru yetu inaenda kwa hiyo jumuiya. And we want that jumuiya to be a responsible jumuiya. Tunataka jumuiya to do the right thing. We want a jumuiya that respects human life, a jumuiya that upholds good governance. We want a jumuiya that respects the constitution, respects the people. Watu wa Afrika, you know, the boundary that we have in Africa was given to us by the colonialists, you know, by the Berlin Conference. Before that, we were one people. Ukiangalia pale Masai, you know, the border between Kenya and Tanzania, we have Masai on the Tanzania side and the Masai on Kenyan side. This was a line that was just drawn. Effectively, we are one people. So President Suluhu awache kusema sisi ni majirani, atufai tuongee. Hapana. We have Masais, you know, in the other side. Hata huko Tanzania tuko na Wajaluo. I have seen so many Luos there.
Yes.
I've seen so many, you know, people from whatever. So we are one people. So we cannot stand aside and watch if something is going wrong in the neighbor. Na wao pia wakiona kama kuna shida hapa Kenya, wakuja watusaidie.
Yes.
Jakaya Mrisho came in 2007.
Yeah.
Jakaya Mrisho came with the other president, the other one, Mkapa.
Yeah.
When we had a problem, they came and they helped us. So mbona sasa saa zile walikuja wakutusaidia, mbona saizi hawataki sisi tuwasaidie? You know? Yeah, shida ikitokea, you know, lazima jirani asaidie. Kama jirani yako na wewe you are killing your wife, and the neighbors cannot stand, cannot keep quiet if you are killing your wife.
You cannot.
We can't. We have a responsibility, because we are human beings, to ensure that you are doing the right thing. Yes, it doesn't matter about sovereignty. I know sovereignty is an issue, but with sovereignty comes responsibility. And we are already, you know, global citizens, and Samia Suluhu must do the right thing for the people of Tanzania.
So I think you've captured it very well done. The Tanzanian question is a big problem, and the youth in Tanzania must also exercise restraint, not to ban things, but have peaceful protests.
Yes.
And the Tanzanian leaders must come to meet the demands of the youth, have a free, fair, and credible election, and also listen to what they need. So I want us to close the conversation, but maybe I would ask you, do you think this thing will stop soon? And if it stops, how does Suluhu rebuild this country if she's still back in power? So
for me, the fact that there is nothing coming out from the official media, you know, even the observers. Yesterday I was talking to the ambassador from Slovakia. He was telling me that they don't have, you know, EU observers are not there. You know, we needed observers, you know, to be able to see what is going on and report to us. And the fact that also the media, we are not able to see. I said this morning I tuned in to TBC. I could not see anything. So people are relying on what is coming on social media. You get my point? So the fact that we don't know what is going on is difficult to help. So if the government of Tanzania can open up the media, open up the democratic space, open the media, so that we see what is going on. And I also want to call upon President William Ruto, and the East African, the EAC president. Let us talk to Samia. Let us come to the help of our brothers and sisters in Tanzania. If they need mediation, I think President Ruto can do a good job. Together with Museveni, who is the old man
of East Africa,
with the big hat.
The old man of East Africa.
Yeah. So let us. We should not wait. You remember there was a time something happened in Rwanda. In the 80s. We waited, and then Rwandese people killed one another. And until people came in when there was a genocide. We cannot let Tanzania do that. They are our brothers. Najua saa zingine wanatuita viumbe, lakini tunawapenda, wao ni mandugu zetu. Hatutaki waangamie, because we have been there. We have been in 2007.
We were there.
We have been at a bad place. Yes. We don't want Tanzania to go to 2007. Okay. So we have been there. So we are calling upon the president, let us not keep quiet. Let us not leave Tanzania to their own devices. Let us talk to them. Let us reach out to them. Let us ask if there's a way we can help, and let us help them.
I think you've captured it very well, and also it's always good to give people their flowers. That's Daniel DJ Omondi doing the Lord's work and expressing what Tanzanians need to do. But also, let me just take this opportunity to also give a shout out to Roma Mkatoliki, one of the finest hip-hop artists from Tanzania. For a very long time, Roma Mkatoliki, when all these other musicians who have ran away from the country have been singing for the Green Party and for the Jembe Party, Roma Mkatoliki has always turned out and said that this the Tanzanian, and he's used his voice for change and not for cheap political favors. So Roma Mkatoliki, and we said that one of his finest songs is Zimbabwe. Then he also did a song with Stamina Rostam as a group, and it's called Parapanda, which he talks to the former president in a dream. It's very interesting and very creative. And also that's the time we also give a shout out to Nei Wamitego, also another artist who's been standing with the pro-change people. So there are artists in Tanzania who are pro-change, and there are majority of artists in Tanzania who have never seen a problem, and that's why they are wherever they are now. So it's important for artists to have music which reflects the realities on the ground, because art is the mirror of the society. So you cannot hide about the way DJ said here today, that you cannot hide pregnancy, it will show. So they couldn't hide the problem in Tanzania. They have always shown it, and they have always said it. So kudos to those three artists I've mentioned, Roma, Stamina, and Nei Wamitego, for standing tall and firm on their belief on change and using their voices appropriately to bring change to what the youth want. So that's how it is. So ladies and gentlemen, it has been a very wonderful afternoon. Of course, having a big conversation with DJ here, and let me give a quick shout out to people who are listening to us. Emerald Elias, you're saying some crisp tracks from the DJ locked in from Ruaka. Thank you very much. Then there are a couple of guys here. Jackie Sonia, I see you. Frank Lee, Bruno, Emerald Elias, Baba Sumta, Duncan K. Jr., Virginia Banji, Musambila, Ian David, Samuel Mirera, Jane Muli, Rose Joseph Okwiri, Shadrach, Elias Okratumbo, and asanteni sana for joining Spice Drive this afternoon. Let me get the other guy, Nimlon Neko, Kombo Moses, Dennis Mushui, Bevono Mariba Nyatigo, Mugo Willi, Hudson Singombe Kibagendi, David Nyamwea Okengo, Vinny Mokash and Robert Niro, Clemo Jr. Bakayoko, Sayub Maskud, Keneni Momanyi, and Jefferson UG, Joshua Wambua, and Beatrice Namale, Colton Otto. We see you. Asanteni sana for joining Spice FM. Spice Drive is your show. And let me just go down and see a couple of other guys here. Kelvin Manasse, David Nakitare, Eric Kenani, and Linus Kekai, Victor Dawa, and asanteni sana. So, ladies and gentlemen, so today we want to leave the show a bit early because we have other functions. Jackie Khadija is saying his school of thought is very brilliant and woke. I'm listening so keenly. Daniel Juma, that's for you. So you're saying the line of thought is very woke. So asante sana, Jackie.